as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
We go! 18 Gator. Recon, 132 fighter.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
On the ready.
50's the mark.
Hey, Delta.
I'm coming.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. He completes this to Sutton. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I'm coming after you.
Inside.
51 Mike.
Hey, exit.
It's just me and you. It's just
Flip it down.
wide. Get wide.
Throwing is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Boom. Hold.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Getting set back deep, Cyrus Jones. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. They're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Now Locke throwing on second down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Locke now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's first and 10.
Check. Watch out.
Greystone travel. Hey, seam 6.
From midfield, here's Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. Well, how would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Ready.
On second down, Barber. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up third and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
61, matchbox right.
Throwing his Locke on third down. This is the tight end Fant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
You're out. Hustle, step.
This is Freeman on first and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And a cutback right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Go! Teammate! All day. Inside. Lucky. Look, we're doing it!
To throw is Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Check 30.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports.
Record. 50. Hey, you block over here. Back north.
Fight 50.
We're doing it. Hey. High 7. Check.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Nice, sweetheart. Hey, Alpha. 51 the mic, boy, 51. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Hey, 6-6, pull it high. Got 4 down. Green, get on. 10-30. Watch the pass. Buzz. I'm trying to. Wide left. Check 9. Green, get in.
Now Rodgers looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. You think back to 2018, many people thought it would be Royce Freeman taking over as the lead back in Denver. Spent a third-round pick on him, but it was Phillip Lindsay who would be in the catbird seat as the number 1 running back. But still for Freeman, not a bad rookie campaign, 521 yards and 5 touchdowns as the backup. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Running is Barber. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Freeman trying to earn some more carries in this Bronco running game as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Lock got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33.
Got it. Pilot, 64. Let's go, defense. Get on the field, defense.
On first down, Freeman. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Broncos first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now to the air. Block. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
SOS. Mike 51. Boxing. Hey, 88. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now Rodgers to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Back to you.
26.
Watch twins.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming. Teammate. I'm coming.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
Jones, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Get 300. Get 300.
54. Mike 54. All right.
Green, I did it.
Rodgers now to throw. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, Zoo.
93's the mic. 93's the mic. I'm here all day. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Leo.
Now on 2nd and 13. Locke is going to float it. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
18, 51. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Green 18. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming across.
Stop your whining. 51's the mic, boy. 51.
158, get on it. 158.
Snap comes at 1. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Green 18. Back north. Watch the pass. Green 18.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
61, matchbox lights. Let's go, hey. Go, Mike 34, Mike 34. Check the out. Scan 300. Scan 300. Check. 34's the Mike. 34's the Mike.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19.
You draw Corkers. Hey, take 26. 34.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Bring it, bring it.
Hey, 88, 88, 88. Jump out.
Now Rodgers. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ryan Grant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, here's Barber. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Go. 70, Indy.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Broncos 30, Packers 12.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Get this ball back for the offense.
Hey, Charlie.
93's the mic, 93's the mic.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Go.
Throwing on second down. Lock. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
Check X3. Speed grip.
Here's Freeman. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Let's go, defense.
30.
Let's go, defense.
General West.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check, check. Fresno.
Now a play fake. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
51's the mark. 51.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. Well, they're inching closer and closer here to their own goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. You go over.
Back one. We got double up.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Jones on the return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
50, plant.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go, set, 8-3, 6-6, pull it high, 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
Now a give, running right, Barber. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 18-yard line. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Barber. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Peyton Barber, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Topper!
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Rodgers now on first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down, Rodgers. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jeremiah Tauchu. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only... Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Packers pick it up. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him.
No
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I know you.
Now Jones. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard
Check
line.
nickel.
Recon, 132 fighter. Slant.
Second down and goal. Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Check 30.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Danny.
Hey, Haywood.
Tight go.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Denver, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.